Welcome. Every town has its secrets, but in Puerto Esperanza, the sea was everything. It gave us food, it gave us life. Or at least, that's what the elders always said. I, Elias, a fisherman of 25, believed it was just superstition, a tradition rooted in fear, a way of calming storms and waves with a symbolic offering. Every year, at the end of the season, we would give the sea its tribute, a small boat loaded with our best nets and the fattest fish. It was a solemn ritual, a dance of faith with the ocean. But to me, it was only that, a dance. Never once did I think the sea truly needed it. The problem began with a whisper, a drought not of the land but of the sea. The rains vanished, and the ocean turned barren. Nets came back empty. Fish were gone. Hunger crept through the village like a shadow. The elders, with faces carved by sun and salt, claimed the sea had abandoned us, that the pact made by past generations had been broken. The witchcraft they spoke of by the bonfire, the belief that the sea was a living, conscious being, suddenly felt real. The air itself grew oppressive. Boats once brimming with life now rotted at the pier, their hulls covered in barnacles. Silence hung over the village, heavier than the weight of any tomb. That year, the ritual changed. Instead of a small boat, the elders gathered us on the beach. They said the tribute must be greater, not just a ship, but the largest of the fleet, filled with provisions. Desperation gnawed at our bones. Hollow-eyed and starving, the people agreed without question. But terror set in when the great ship was sent out, and the sea remained lifeless. No fish, no rain, only silence, broken by the rumble of empty stomachs. Then came the night the elders gathered us again. Their eyes burned with a madness I had never seen before. "The sea has turned away because the tribute was not enough," said the eldest, his voice cracked with despair. "The witch who forged the pact with the sea has demanded more. And for the village to survive, we must obey." The crowd shuddered. Deep down, everyone knew what that meant. The pact wasn't a tale, it wasn't metaphor. It was real. And now, it demanded blood. Gabriel, my closest friend, was gentle, always smiling. Like me, he had never believed in the rituals. He would laugh and say, "The sea has its cycles. Hunger is just part of a fisherman's life." But when the elders named him, when they demanded he climb onto a raft and drift into the open waters, his smile vanished. Terror gripped his face. His parents tried to shield him, but the village, driven mad by hunger, forced him forward. Strong arms carried him to the raft. His parents' cries were stolen by the wind. As the raft drifted, the sea awoke. Waves rose high, crashing in fury. Those who resisted the ritual were tied down, forced to watch as Gabriel disappeared into the black horizon. And then, just as suddenly, the sea answered. The fish returned. Nets came back heavy. Prosperity washed ashore. And I, Elias, heartbroken, understood the truth. It had never been superstition, never madness. The witchcraft was real, and my life had been at risk from the very beginning. The sea now fed us, yes, but it also claimed our souls. It demanded silence, obedience, blood. It gave life only in exchange for servitude. Puerto Esperanza lives in fear. Each time a raft drifts away, the village holds its breath, praying for calm waters. No one knows when the sea will demand its next tribute, but we all know it will. The fish are plenty, families eat again, yet the shadow of dread weighs heavier than any net. The pact our ancestors forged is both our salvation and our eternal curse. And I, Elias, am more alone than ever. I lost my friend, I lost my soul. The sea is no longer my companion but my master. And the tribute, once a superstition, is now the only truth. The sea is our Lord, and tribute is the only way we survive. Thank you for joining me on this dark journey. If this tale chilled you, remember there are many more horrors waiting. Subscribe, and don't miss the stories yet to come. And if you dare face the fear, tell me, what do you believe hides beneath the waves?